Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your January 2022 mid-month general readings. We are looking at the last 2 weeks of January, and this reading is for the water sign of Pisces. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well as we're moving through this new year. Thanks for taking the time to be here and for all of your continued support of this channel, watching the videos, liking, sharing, subscribing, your donations, comment, feedbacks, those of you who reach out for personal readings. All appreciated. Thank you. So this reading is for Pisces for the last 2 weeks, January 2022. That's if your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign is in Pisces. It's relevant if you're cross-watching for a Piscean. I suggest you watch all of your sign videos, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, for any additional insight they may provide, as these are general readings and they're going to resonate a little differently for everyone. And if you find that something does resonate with you, you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can get that email address by clicking the description link below, that little arrow. I can usually respond to you within the same day. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I do offer a wide variety of readings. And still quite popular right now are the 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life in all the main areas over the next 6 or 12 months. You can look at that any time of the year, of course, but a lot of people like to do it as we're entering a new year, so something that might be helpful. All right, Pisces, let's move right into your reading. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Sorry, not clarifying with the Gilded Tarot, Legacy of the Divine. Okay, Pisces. We begin with a little daydreaming, the Seven of Cups. Daydreaming, fantasizing, building castles in the sky, looking at different options, possibility, potential of something, with death, endings, transformations. It may be that some of you are kind of thinking, contemplating, daydreaming, ending something, and wondering what else there might be available for you. Next, we have the Five of Wands, a card of conflict, internal conflict, external conflict. It can sometimes represent petty arguments going around and around in circles, everybody wanting to have the last word, everybody wanting to be right, competition. In physical environments where there's people, like work environments or social environments, this can represent gossip, rumor mongering, people chattering, naysayers. With the Hanging Man, not taking any decisive action, watching something play out, maybe gaining more further information while you're watching something playing out before you make any decisions to take action. Pisces, for some of you, I mean, this looks like a situation that you're watching. You may or may not be involved in it, but you're watching and you're tired of it. And while you're watching it, you're kind of fantasizing or daydreaming about what would happen if you just ended it and went on to something else and what that something else would be. It could be like a work environment where you're just sick of the constant, chatter or barracuda energy, or people always trying to one-up each other. And that could be in a work environment, it could be in a social environment, it could even be in your family environment. Next, we have the Ace of Swords, the epiphany, clarity, the light bulb going off over your head. This is a card which represents potential success by seeing the truth and reality of a situation from a new, fresh perspective, and having the opportunity to perhaps make different choices and decisions to create a healthier reality for yourself. It's kind of like that light bulb moment, right? With the Ace of Swords, we have the Ten of Coins, long-term stability and security, inheritance. Coins or pentacles, that suit is governed by the element of earth, which usually references the physical environment of our life, the day-to-day environment of our life, or the things in our life that give us a sense of security and stability and continuity. Often that's things like money, finance, property, real estate, assets, job, all of that. It could be kind of getting a huge epiphany on what long-term stability and security actually looks like for you, or perhaps changing your perspective on the importance of it compared to what you're having to kind of go through right now in obtaining it. For example, some of you may be in an unpleasant or toxic work environment, Again, it could be any kind of environment because this is a general reading. It might be a toxic or unhealthy work environment, a toxic or unhealthy relationship, family environment. You're not taking any action, but sometimes you fantasize about being somewhere else with someone else, doing something else. But perhaps you've been staying because it provides some sense of long-term security and stability. But it may be that it gets to a point here in the last 2 weeks of January where you begin to question, is this what I really want? Am I really happy with this kind of stability? If this is the price I have to pay to get it, would I be better off going and exploring something else somewhere else? That's what I'm getting. Now, from the bottom of the deck for overall energy for the last 2 weeks of January, which is a fairly short period of time, we have Justice. That's the overall energy. I pulled one more, the Ten of Cups, Happy Home. What's the right thing to do for home and family? Honor, ethics, morality, being transparent, doing the right thing according to the path of the, according to your own ethics, right? Again, Pisces, it feels like you're in a situation that you wish were different, or it's not a happy situation or environment for you. And it may be that you're sticking with it because you think it's the right thing to do, it's the practical thing to do, but it feels like you have a perspective shift here on what that really means. Like if I'm staying in an unhappy, toxic work environment, and that's the energy I'm bringing home to my home and family, if you have a family, because I think that's the best, most practical thing. But is that really the best, most practical thing? Is that really the healthiest thing for me? Is that healthy for me? Is that healthy for my home and family? I'm bringing all this energy back. It might even be, too, that you're in an unhappy relationship or family dynamic energy where, again, you're just kind of staying or just kind of not creating any waves because you feel that's the right thing to do. But based on what yardstick are you measuring your own happiness by, or needing to sacrifice your own peace and happiness for something that you feel maybe you were raised with, or other people saying, well, you need to stay because it's practical, or that's the right thing to do, or something like that. It feels like that's being called into question here. Let's clarify Justice and the Ten of Cups. Because this is about doing the right thing by whatever your home and family, that happy home energy is. Is it the right thing to do to stay in an unhealthy, cyclically toxic relationship because you have kids, or, because it seems like the practical thing, but is it really the best thing to do? The same with a work environment or some other kind of environment that includes other people, because I'm getting a lot of conflict, arguing, chatter, sort of barracuda-like energy, but you're just kind of sitting back, not doing too much, not saying too much, but kind of fantasizing about what it would be like if you decided to do something different. The World, the last major arcana card in the tarot. This is where the Fool's journey ends, or really a particular aspect of your life journey, maybe a particular set of chapters has come to an end. This is about leveling up, graduation, leaving something behind and moving on to a new landscape full of different opportunities for you. So you're considering ending something that perhaps has taken up a pretty big chunk of your life in time or in effort, and again, fantasizing about something else. Clarify the Seven of Cups and Death. Ten of Coins, Ten of Cups. Both cards we already have, so these are repeating cards. Ten of Coins, Ten of Cups. Long-term stability and security for your home and family, or the harmony of your home and family. Clarify the Five of Wands. The Five of Coins, insufficiency and lack, not having enough. This can represent not having enough money or financial money or resources, or being unemployed. But it can also represent feeling not good enough, feeling abandoned, shut out, rejected. And this is clarifying the conflict. Yeah, it's like you're in some kind of situation or environment where you don't feel good. It's not enough, or it makes you feel like you're not enough. And that can be money if it's related to a toxic job, or, feeling not good enough in, in and of yourself in a relationship that's unhealthy. Clarify Ace of Swords, Ten of Coins. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. This is getting what you really want, and your cups overflowing with abundance, whatever that abundance means for you. And this is clarifying the Ace of Swords, which is kind of that light bulb going off, which is what I felt from the beginning, Pisces, that you're having kind of like this mind-opening thing. Reminds me of that, I think it was a movie I saw once where somebody was working this 9 to 5, Monday through Friday office job or some equivalent of that. Same thing every day, day in and day out, the same arguments, the same gossip, the same rumor mongering, the same, it's just kind of the same over and over and over and over and over again sort of energy. And all of a sudden one day they just saw it for what it was to them, which was just so much noise, so much chatter, and it didn't really mean anything. So they get up and walked off and completely changed their lives, because all of a sudden they saw it for what it was, this thing they had been holding on to that they thought was so important because it gave them this sense of security or stability or balance. But in the end, it cost so much that they didn't really have security, stability, and balance or happiness. So this is like kind of a great big huge wake-up call here. Clarify the Ten of Coins. Although I'm not sure we need to, because again, it's the Ten of Coins clarified by the Ten of Coins. What do you really need to be happy? What do you really need to feel stable within yourself? And if what you've been investing in that's been so important to you, is it really that important to you? I think this is like about reprioritizing and asking yourself, is this what I need to be happy? Can I downsize my life and be happier doing something different, being somewhere else? Do I really need this in order to be happy? What does that really mean? It feels like kind of one of those deep, contemplative, philosophical, middle of life, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life kind of energies. But that's what I feel is going on here. And this kind of energy usually precedes a pretty big change, life change. So, and this is a short period of time, 2 weeks we're looking at in the last part of January. And I feel that this is kind of leading up to something which will probably be revealed in the very near future. But this looks like the internal process that you're going through right now, Pisces. So I'm going to end by asking for any final messages, guidance, or advice from Spirit. Because like with other signs that I've seen that are going through this too, it doesn't feel like for many of you during this short period of time you take any decisive action, but you're starting to think about it pretty deeply, pretty strongly. Final messages, guidance, advice for Pisces. The Star, renewed, restored hope, faith, and optimism. The Sun, a lightening up, a lifting up, light, love, warmth, laughter. The Five of Wands and the Tower. So we have the Five of Wands again, that conflict, internal conflict, external conflict, and it all coming crashing down. And it feels like if this ending comes, this is like a great big huge major ending. And even though the Wands is rather petty, argumentative, conflictive energy, it feels like, again, it's just one day you wake up and you're like, I can't do more of the same here. And so you end it. You just let it all come crumbling down so that you can have what? So that you can have hope, peace, a lightness of heart again, and a reprioritizing of your life of what you feel you really need to be happy so that you can make the changes you need to make. This feels like some of you are going to be going through a major life change, a voluntary major life change in the very near future. But this is like where it's kind of ramping up and you're chewing on it a bit. Okay, Pisces. Those are your messages for the last 2 weeks of January. I hope they were helpful or helped validate what looks like many of you have been going through. So I hope it was helpful in that sense. And if it does resonate with you enough that you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading. Please feel free to email me directly, Maggie, the number 1McGuire at gmail.com. You can see that info by clicking the description link below, that little arrow. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the February general readings. Stay safe and well until then, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.